Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a huge shift for furniture manufacturers, the convergence of artificial intelligence and the circular economy. And this isn't just about being green, We're talking about a fundamental rewiring of the entire industry, one that's going to be absolutely essential for survival and growth in the next decade. Okay, let's just jump right in. This statement, it's not an exaggeration. It's a very real, very immediate business imperative. The ability to bring these two massive forces together is what's going to separate the market leaders from everyone else in the furniture world by 2030. It's that simple. So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we're going to look at why the old way of doing things is just broken. Then we'll see how AI is already making factories smarter today. After that, we'll get into the really exciting stuff, the totally new business models this tech unlocks. And finally, we'll talk about the real-world journey to making all this happen. So why is this so urgent? What's the big deal? Well, it all starts with the fact that the traditional playbook, the way furniture has been made and sold for 100 years, it just isn't working anymore. For as long as we can remember, the furniture industry has been running on this take, make, dispose model. You know the drill. You take raw materials, you make a product, you sell it, and after that one use, it's tossed. It's a one-way street to the landfill. And that approach is becoming not only environmentally toxic, but as we're about to see, incredibly risky for business. I mean, think about it. If you're a furniture manufacturer and your whole business relies on the fluctuating price of wood or metal, and your only revenue comes from that one-time sale, you are constantly vulnerable. In a world with fewer resources and more uncertainty, that's a really dangerous game to be playing. Okay, so what's the alternative? Instead of that straight line to the trash, we have this. The 1+5R framework. It's brilliant. It all starts with redesigning products so they're built to last. And from there, you create all these value loops. You can resell it, repair it, refurbish it, remanufacture it, and only as a last resort, recycle the raw materials. Each loop keeps more value in the system. But let's be real, the furniture industry has some unique problems. We're talking about complex materials like chipboard that are a nightmare to reuse. We have designs that favor glue over screws, making repairs impossible. And getting a giant sofa back from a customer, that reverse logistics is a huge headache. The result, a mind-boggling amount of waste. And this is exactly where AI can be a total game changer. So how do we start breaking that wasteful cycle? This leads us to our second point, and it's a big one. AI isn't some sci-fi fantasy. It's a tool that furniture manufacturers can put to work right now to start fighting waste and inefficiency on the factory floor. Now, this is a revolutionary way to think about design. Instead of a person sketching out one idea, you tell an AI your goals. You say, design me a chair that uses 20% less material but is just as strong, and it can generate millions of options. You get a product that is literally born to be efficient. And here's a perfect example in the real world. This chair isn't just a piece of furniture. It's a physical result of an optimized algorithm. The AI figured out how to use the absolute least amount of material possible, embedding cost savings and sustainability right into the chair's DNA before anyone even built a prototype. Okay, now think about this. It's like having a superhuman inspector with perfect vision on your production line 24/7. It can spot a tiny knot and a piece of wood that a person would miss, or can look at a pile of recycled materials and sort them with incredible speed and accuracy. It just doesn't get tired. This is such a cool example of AI solving a problem that used to be way too hard. Imagine a robot that can see and pull out every single nail from old reclaimed wood. By automating that tedious job, it turns a pile of junk into a valuable resource. It makes large-scale wood recycling actually profitable, which has been a huge barrier for years. So making the factory smarter is level 1. But the real transformation, the thing that changes the entire game, is when AI allows you to create completely new, much more profitable business models. And that brings up this really fascinating idea. What if you stopped selling chairs? What if instead you sold a workspace solution as a service? What happens when that piece of furniture never really leaves your control? And that's the core idea. Your company goes from a one-and-done transaction to managing a valuable asset over the long term. This creates a steady, predictable stream of revenue. But, managing thousands of chairs and desks out in the wild, that's incredibly complex. You can only really do it if you have AI acting as the central brain of the operation.
To manage all those assets, you need data, lots and lots of data. And that's where the digital product passport comes in. Think of it like a birth certificate and a living biography for every single piece of furniture you make. It's its digital twin.
So this digital twin creates this amazing, intelligent life cycle. A digital record is created the second the chair is made. Then, sensors can track how it's being used in the real world. And here's the magic part. When that chair comes back to you, an AI performs an automated triage. It instantly looks at all that data and decides the most profitable next move. Resell, refurbish, or remanufacture, all without a slow manual inspection. Now, we have to be honest here. This journey, this massive shift, it isn't simple. It's a huge undertaking, and there are some very real hurdles. So let's take a look at those obstacles and at the companies that are already figuring out how to get past them.
Yeah, this transition isn't a walk in the park. As you can see from all these puzzle pieces, there are some big challenges. We're talking about a high upfront investment in new tech, a need for people with data science skills, and the huge challenge of getting your suppliers, your retailers, and even your customers on board with a whole new way of doing things. But here's the good news. Despite all those hurdles, the pioneers are already out there. They're proving that this model isn't just some fantasy, it's possible, and it's profitable. They are literally creating the blueprints for the rest of the furniture industry to follow. And you can see it in action right here. You've got IKEA tackling the consumer side with things like their buyback and resell program, which is really about building that massive reverse logistics muscle. And then in the commercial world, a company like Steelcase has been a leader for years, designing office furniture that's meant to be taken apart, returned, and remanufactured. The roadmaps are definitely emerging. So when you put all these pieces together, we're not just talking about a smarter factory or a new sales model. What we're really looking at is a future where the entire system becomes this self-managing, intelligent ecosystem. An AI that orchestrates the entire flow of materials and value, from the moment a product is designed to the moment it's recovered. And that really brings us to the final crucial question. For furniture manufacturers today, the choice isn't just about adopting some new technology. It's a fundamental strategic decision. Are you going to keep running a linear factories stuck in the past, or are you going to start building a more resilient, more intelligent, and way more profitable ecosystem for the future?